You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across landscapes over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese high in the clean blue air are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Our response is called stories.
1, 2, 3.
Once upon a time, there were stories
Of vivid goat monsters jumping through trees.
of a giant peach rolling in the middle of the sea.
Of a little girl creating magic with the flip of a page.
There were stories
that were told through the childish joy of connecting monsters and mothers.
through taking the dare and eating the divine peach.
Through the discovery of imagination waiting in the perfect loneliness of library aisles.
There were stories that birthed poets.
I like to tell stories.
I like to tell stories.
I like to tell stories.
We like to tell stories.
And for that, they call us
Poets, but you still don't understand.
because the girl I share a cup of peach tea with every Sunday.
And the mother who left me on the front steps waiting.
And my great-grandma's eyes who illuminate in my presence.
They like to tell stories too.
But somehow they are not crowned with the respect that follows a last name like
Cullen.
or Bukowski
Or Bishop.
or even the meek Maldonado.
Or the subtle Salazar.
Or the Paradox Perez.
Still, a poet is nothing without people. People like that girl I have tea with, whose poetry is written in the nostalgia she finds lingering in its aroma.
Like the careless mother whose poetry is written in the stinging sorrow that I once felt.
Like my grandmother's eyes whose poetry is written in the shimmer of the sun breaking through the door.
It is their poetry.
Which will never be borrowed from a local library.
For it will never be funneled through the inks of their pen.
It is their poetry that becomes the stories I tell.
That becomes the poems that fills the lines on my paper.
This is not plagiarism.
These people are a part of my life, just as I am a part of theirs.
See, we meet in stories.
Like wild geese and wild things.
Like Matilda's honey.
And James's peach.
Like the one I'm telling now.
And this is how you know me. Nice to meet you.
My name is Mel.
My name is Alberto.
My name is Rick.
If you don't understand, we do.
Stories live in quiet moments.
Human nature drips with poetic fervor.
Announcing our place in the family of things. Every sip of tea, every drip of melancholy, every eye that reflects me.
Is a trigger, causing poets to fumble for pens.
And dust off their napkins.
To write for people. People like you.
Thank you.